Yeah. Welcome back to the Timeless Temple, our beautiful and lovely people. It's still your host, Joe Lipi, here at the AI Media House. All right. In our today's podcast, we're going back to Africa, the Mama Land. And just to give you an overview of what we do here at the Timeless Temple podcast. We talk about music, culture, traditions, and the art that lies behind all that. So today we're going back to Africa, the origin of life, of course. Kudos and big up. Now, today, our interesting and lovely topic is about the origin of music. Not every other music, but we focus, we go deep, pick out, and focus mainly on Makossa. Our today's main topic is the origin and evolution of Makossa music. Have you heard about Le Problème? You must calculate. That is Prince Eyango, still from Cameroon. Have you heard of African TP Collection, San Fantomas? Have you heard of Soul Makossa, Manu Dibango? All those are great names in this genre of Makossa. All right. Okay. And what and where did this genre rise or start from? All right. Okay. If we look at music in a whole, okay, let's talk about the pre colonial times in Africa. You know, it is good. Someone who doesn't know his culture and history is enslaved. So, music started way before, right? So, Makossa existed way before to the people who lived in those traditional and those early days in Cameroon. So Makossa has existed ever since man started evolving. I would say that. I'm glad to say that Makossa has been there from the day man started evolving in Cameroon. But today we are touching and talking about the modern day Makossa. All right. So this genre started from Douala in Cameroon. And for you who don't really know where this is located, Douala is actually the biggest port in Cameroon where they import and receive exports from. So it is a business city, so to speak. One of the biggest business cities. It's one of the biggest ports, the biggest port in Cameroon, Douala. So Makossa actually, and you know where there is money, economy, where economy moves and is growing and going on, a lot of things happen. Politics will go on, music will thrive, sports, name it, you know? And that's actually where Makossa started from. And what does Makossa mean? Makossa is in the Douala language and it means to dance. And if you've heard of those songs I've listed in just the beginning of this podcast, if you listen to them, you'll be pushed to dance because the energy in these songs calls for someone to dance. And that is what actually Makossa means. Makossa from the Douala language means to shake it and shake it and shake it. So we're talking about the modern Makossa. Remember, it thrived in the mid 50s or from the start of the 50s and forth, moving forth from the 1950s. And actually, one of the biggest names or the founders of Makossa is called Lotin Eboa. Eboa Lotin is from the tribe of the Douala, speaks the Douala language. And actually, when he was doing it, he was simply born in the 1930s. He was simply doing acoustic and the rhythmic makossa, people dancing to the rhythm. So it was mostly rhythm and the acoustic of Eboa Lotin. So he became a great name, like the father of the Makossa music. All right. So as time went on, so now we're moving and jumping from 50s, we go to 70s. And here comes one of the great and one of the greatest. I call him Manu Dibango, born in the 30s, also 1933 to be exact, and died in the 21st century, 2020, in the era of COVID. But we're not focusing about the COVID, but we're focusing about the music. From Eboa Lotin and many others, but we are taking the great of the greatest, you know? So, Manu Dibango globalized Makossa with one of his loved and most selling tracks, Soul Makossa. So he fused Makossa and funk and jazz, and that was sold worldwide. It became global, a global commodity. And his name sounded, his name was lifted. He was loved by many music lovers. And I think Cameroonians and the people of Cameroon are proud of him for what he did. So in this era, the tradition makossa of rhythm and melodic makossa of drums and drumming and all that took another course where instruments now were incorporated in this kind of makossa. You have instruments like electric guitars, the synth style. Talk about Mandi Bangu's way of playing the sax. You got the horns, the wind instruments were also added in the makossa, and it was still evolving. But the most interesting bit about it is like, even if the world evolves, the groove of the drums, the drumming still remains. If you listen and compare the drumming style of Lotin Eboa, some want to say Eboa Lotin, and Manu Dibango, you still hear the groove. The groove is still in there, is still grooving. And all this was building up the skeleton of Makossa that we enjoy today. Makossa music. And then when you moved from 70s, now Manu Dibango lived a period of 17s to 80s. He was so great. And then others picked a leaf from him and began to come. If you go into the 80s, you'll see people from Congo, the Kanda Bongo man, coming now. And as we say, as all of you know, that no man is an island. We need one another. You can't live alone. You need this to survive. Maybe you don't have it. You'll go to a neighbor, to a friend, and get it to live. No man is an island. And that extends to music also. No music style is totally an island. There is somehow our all music genres exchange and shake hands. In this way, Makossa shook hands with Rumba from Congo. It shook hands with Sukus from Congo. And that's how people and artists, singer-songwriters, as we've said, Kanda Bongoman from Congo, started to love Makossa, played and incorporated in other new genres. Coupe di Calais, Couple di Calais. From Couple di Calais, and then they go to Ndombolo. So they mixed, now in the 80s to 90s, they mixed Ndombolo, Couple di Calais, and Makossa. But the groove still stays. When it is played, people shake it, people dance it. You feel me? So that was the 80s to 90s. And as again we say that, how do you know that you have succeeded in life? You know that you have succeeded in life if your successor succeeds. You're not successful not and unless your successor succeeds. So I will say Makossa is a success in the whole of Africa and globally in the whole world. Because from Makossa, you get Ndombolo and Couple di Calais. Makossa gave birth to other styles that were loved. And that is how you have Kanda Bongo Man, all the way from Congo, because he's not originally from Cameroon. But because of the groove, because of the good vibes, because of the good music, because of the instrumentation that was used, Makossa spread again to other parts of the world. They started loving it. All the way to Europe, to America. That is now rather Manu Dibango, exporting Makossa to the whole world through his soul, Makossa. When we talk about Makossa, if you listen to the language of music in Makossa, if you listen to the lyrics, constructive. You listen in those days from 1950s, Ebola Lottin's times, to 80s and 90s and early 20s, 21st century. What are these guys singing about? What are they writing? What are they speaking, talking about in this Makossa genre? Oh yeah, they're talking about societal issues. They're talking about their politics. They're, of course, entertaining people. They're writing lyrics about the health systems. I mean, all issues regarding humanity. They're spreading love and romance. All those were also incorporated into Makossa. When you moved to 19s, now the 90s, to the 2000s, the early 21st century, Makossa again evolved and it incorporated hip hop, incorporated funk, and it incorporated Afro beats. That was still Makossa. And you know, in all the music styles, you can't do away without giving flowers to some of the big names. Randomly, we've talked about the father of Makossa, we've talked about Manu Dibango. You can't leave out San Fantomas, African Tipi Collection. You can't leave out Prince Eyango. You must calculate les problèmes. And if you listen to les problèmes, what is Prince Eyango saying? He's saying, don't worry, be happy. It's the message that he's singing. He's simply saying, everyone in this world has their problems. Don't think you are alone in this. So this goes back to what we were saying. The lyrics, they're talking about social issues, what is happening, all the problems in the society. He's telling you, oh, my friend, everyone has problems in this world. Don't think you're alone. Just move forward and go about it. Just like in any other genre. San Fantomas. Now him is bringing joy to you. He's bringing Jerez. Dance, dance. Do you like to dance? Do you love to dance? Who doesn't want to dance? Sometimes when you shake your stress away, this is what he's saying. San Fantomas, let's dance. Let's enjoy. And that is the beauty of this genre. Just as it means to dance, when you listen and hear the songs, Makossa style, you will have to dance. And just allow me read for you some of the great names. I'll give you 4 to 5 if we consider Makossa style. All right. The Hall of Fame of Makossa. Yeah. So I'll give you like 4 to 5 names. Number 1, Eboalotin, who is the father of Makossa. He incorporated the modern, or rather the traditional style, playing rhythm, banjo, and the drums, the djembe, rhythmic, traditional dance styles and moves, and the acoustic style. Number 2, I'll give you San Fantomas. These guys now came in the modern era where Manu Dibango had lifted it up. So they started with synth, melodic basses, guitars, keyboards, electric guitars. And then I'll give you number 3, the romance guru, as he is referred to, Prince Eyango, doing a lot of love ballads, romance and love and all that. And another one was Grace and Petit Pé, also great people. And all that gives us the full package of Makossa, although there's some great names that we can't leave out from Cameroon. If we listen to one of my favorites, great of the greatest, bass players, Richard Bona, although he moved out, but he still incorporates that. If you listen to his music, you'll hear the groove. Salsa, rumba, bachata, and still Makossa. Richard Bona, also an ambassador of this kind of music. So those are some of the people that I can put in the Hall of Fame of the Makossa genre. And again, to add much flesh to the skeleton and bones that we've put together, I'll invite to you Cameroonians who know much about this Makossa to give you more and to add on the list and on the Hall of Fame of the great artists to the Makossa genre and music style. We talked about the instrumentation. You can't forget the balafon. You might say that the balafon should have been invented in Cameroon because it was also loved in this style of music. The banjo, the balafon, the djembe. And that's how they spread to other parts of the world, Latin America, after the slave trade era, through transatlantic trade and all that. So big up to Makossa genre because it gave birth to the modern styles that we see today, Makossa and Afrobeats as it is today. And before we take a break, we shall take you to our next session as a courtesy here at AI Network. media house, TV, radio, and podcasts. We shall play to you some grooves of the Makossa, and you feel that beat of the Makossa and see how you would dance to it. Still your host, Joe Lipi, here at the Timeless Tempo. See you again. Yeah. Welcome back to the Timeless Tempo podcast with your host, Joe Lipi, here at the AI Network, TV, radio, and podcasts, AI TV Media House. And as a courtesy, we come back to the Makossa episode where we come to the practical bit of it. And right here on our acoustic keyboard, as usual, we're gonna do the African Tipi collection of San Fan Thomas. San Fan Thomas. And it is called Tipi collection. And we'll come back to Le Problème of Didi Eyango. So it will be a fusion. And see how Makossa is amazing, delicious, interesting, awesome. You know, you see how you can grow to it. And in a Tipi collection, there is this bridge that takes you to the last part. Yale o, yale o bino e, yale o, yale o bino e, yale o, yale o bino e, yale o, yale o bino e. Musala na ko salaka mama, elumie ba kumisi mama. Nous allons danser, oh yeah, 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 nous allons nako salaka mama, elomie babini mama. Nous allons danser, oh yeah, oh nous allons danser, les problèmes de la vie. Face à face, c'est vidéo. C'est vidéo, c'est vidéo, face à face, c'est vidéo, c'est vidéo, face à face, vidéo, mais c'est vidéo, face à face, mais c'est vidéo, face à face, mais c'est vidéo, face à face, mais c'est vidéo, face à face. Pochico dance, pochico, pochico. Pochico dance, pochico, pochico. Pochico dance, pochico, pochico dance. Now, this is the real Makossa now. Pochico dance, pochico, pochico. Pochico dance, pochico, pochico. Pochico dance, pochico, pochico. Alima, pas de soucis. Ali maman, tout le monde qui a les problèmes. Il n'est pas unis, il n'est pas la sœur. C'est le monde qui a les problèmes. Tous les jours, ne sais pas de chargeurs. Ali maman, tout le monde qui a les problèmes. Tu n'es pas unis, tu n'es pas la sœur. tout le monde qui a les beaux. Oh, mais c'est vidéo. Mais c'est vidéo, taya hat. Mais c'est vidéo, face à face. Mais c'est vidéo, taya hat. Mais c'est vidéo, face à face. Vidéo, taya hat. Mais c'est vidéo. Mais c'est vidéo. Oh, mais c'est vidéo, face à face. Taya hat. Mais c'est vidéo, face à face. Taya hat. Mais c'est vidéo, face à face. Taya hat. Mais c'est vidéo, face à face. Taya. Léo, nous allons danser. Oh, yeah, Léo, nous allons danser. Nous allons danser. Oh, yeah, Léo, nous allons danser. Oh, yeah, Léo, nous allons danser. Oh, yeah, Léo. Mais c'est vidéo, à face. Mais c'est vidéo, taya hat. Mais c'est vidéo, face à face. Taya hat. Mais c'est vidéo, face à face. Taya hat. Mais c'est vidéo, face à face. Mais c'est vidéo, face à face. Mais c'est vidéo, taya hat. C'est vidéo, face à face. Vidéo, face à face. Vidéo, taya hat. Mais c'est vidéo, taya hat. Oh, chico. Pochico dance, pochico, pochico. Pochico dance, pochico, pochico. Pochico dance, pochico, pochico. Pochico dance. So the last beat was the real groove of Makossa. This is just acoustic. So when the whole ensemble comes in, a full band, you'll have to dance to the Makossa. And that is what the founders of Makossa anticipated in the future. They looked what a man sees while squatting. Some didn't see while on the sycamore tree. This is what the Lotine bore. They knew that when Makossa plays, it will be le problème, totalement. People will dance, shake your stress away, dance your problems off, and feel free. Mais c'est vidéo, face à face, mais c'est vidéo, oh, mais c'est vidéo, face à face. Taya hat, mais c'est vidéo, face à face, mais c'est vidéo, taya hat, c'est vidéo, face à face. Taya hat, mais c'est vidéo, face à face. Taya hat, c'est vidéo, face à face. Taya hat. That is Prince Eyango, Le Problème. And then back to San Fantomas. He says, oh, yele, oh, zalo danse, oh, yele, oh, zalo danse, oh, yele, oh, nous allons danser, oh, yele, oh. Danser, danser, oh yeah. Tick collection. Dance, dance, oh yeah. Big and big collection. Ooh, babe. Little babe. Oh, dinner. Do yeah, do yeah. Bring the big collection. Oh, the big collection. Dance, dance, oh yeah. Bring the big collection. Yale, oh, yala, we know it. Yale, oh, yala, we know first msevi dao taya heart. Envisioning. Lovely and beautiful viewers, listeners here at AI Network, TV, radio, and podcasts, especially here at the Timeless Temple Podcasts, where we talk about music, culture, traditions, and the art behind it. We say thank you for watching and being along with us, and bye bye. See you next time. Still your host, Joe Lipi.